Joel Drexel, and for my documentary film project, I decided to do a documentary about music. The reason I decided to do this is because I know a bunch of people that play music, and I play music too, and I know that there's something that everybody shares in common when it comes to playing music, and I kind of wanted to see what that is. So over the next 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to hear me interviewing some of my friends that are in bands and get their take on music, why they play it, why they listen to it, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I guess the first question that I'll ask you is what kind of music do you like listening to primarily?
I like to listen to rap a lot, and I'd say it's what I listen to primarily now because I don't listen to music very much anymore. There was like a few years in my life where I just listened to music all day and tried to learn as much as I could from it, try to adapt it into my playing and writing and whatever, but I pretty much only listen to music in my car anymore, so I pretty much just listen to rap. But I like listening to all kinds of styles, from like way back, from like Baroque, classical, romantic, all the way up to a few current groups.
Yeah.
I like a lot of hip hop, and I like a lot of rock. I like some metal. I like reggae. I like jazz. I have a really broad kind of perspective on music and whatever, and like what I like listening to, and not really like what not really a perspective on what I don't like listening to. I mean, that would pretty much just be anything that's on the radio today.
Noise rock, punk rock, old folk music, blues music, basically any rock music that's not butt rock.
Well, shit, like the two types of music, I would say, like, the variety would be like from, it'd be from like Nirvana to like Dell. Yeah, and then like basically everything in between that.
I listen to every kind of music except for country, I think.
I guess an offshoot question of that would be, what kind of music do you play, and what do you think is like your favorite kind of music to play?
I would say my favorite kind of music to play is probably jazz. Jazz, blues, funk, stuff like that. Stuff that's really technical. The more technical, for me, the more fun it's going to be. But at the same time, that's not the music that I write, because there's a difference between writing something and trying to mean something and just being the most technical you can.
Yeah.
As technical as you can.
Well, I would say that all of those are my favorite style, probably except for hip hop, because that's more of a from like a a production standpoint, like in a like an electronic kind of like arrangement, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to play reggae, and I like to play a little bit of jazz, mostly rock. I like funk a lot. You gotta do that, man.
Give up the funk,
man. You gotta give it a.
Well, we like to jam like Dinosaur Jr. covers, but if we're just making stuff up, it doesn't really matter at all.
Yeah.
We'll just jam. I like to play a lot of folk music because it's really easy and it's really fun.
That's good. And Beef, dude, what about?
Well, we always jam like fucking rock and like metal and funk music.
Yeah.
So we're pretty experienced like at like every kind of music.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite, or is it pretty much any music's good music to jam kind of?
Basically, except like country and
Oh,
gear.
I have no idea what kind of music I play.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well,
I just play what I think sounds good.
That's cool. That's a good answer. How long have you played music, and what instruments you play?
Well, I would say my primary instrument is the bass, because when I was about 13, so about 6 years, I've been playing about 6 years. I got a bass for free from one of my friends that didn't work, so I learned how it worked because I had to fix it, and I started playing the bass then. And since then I've learned guitar, some piano. Not good at it, but I've learned to read and write music, so guitar, bass, piano, I play the drums, I sing, I try to sing. I'd say, oh yeah, I played the trombone for 3 years. Can't play a horn instrument anymore because I haven't practiced it at all. I'd say my favorite instrument to play is the guitar. The instrument I've spent the most time on is the guitar, but my best is the bass because it's what I learned on, so it's easy for me.
It's a cool thing to be good at, man. There's not many really good bass players around.
Yeah, it's hard to find bass players these days with any knowledge of theory or anything like that.
I've been drumming for 6 years, but I've been into music for about 7.
I started playing music in 9th grade, so I've been playing guitar for like 4 or 5 years, and we've been a band for like 2 years.
I've played guitar off and on since like 6th grade, then started playing like 2 years ago, and then started playing bass about 2 years ago, and then I started playing the drums like a year ago. So I've been seriously playing music for about 2 years.
This next question, being in a band, what's your take on playing music in front of people, like on stage, and what's it like when everything goes right and works out? And
There's definitely no better feeling I've ever felt than actually like pleasing a crowd. I mean that in itself is I've never felt anything like that, and from like when like trying to play in front of a crowd and whatever, when you start a band and you got your first show, and then that would be really the only time that I ever had any kind of like stage fright, people might say, or kind of not really knowing about what's going on, but like the more experience you get and like the more things you do, you learn to just like love your show more than trying to play your show. You learn to just like do your thing, like play your drums, play your guitar, sing your song, and the people who are there they're there to watch you, so they're not gonna.
I've always loved playing on stage. I don't think I've ever been nervous for a show. We played plenty of gigs, and I'm always stoked about it because one of my biggest philosophies in life is don't give a shit about what people think, because
Yep.
a lot of times what people think is just horribly skewed by MTV. But so yeah, I love playing on stage and I love playing original songs on stage because I love to improv, and when I'm playing my own music, I can improv the hell out of it, and so when I'm having a good time, and it's just awesome. And when people are listening to music that you wrote, and they're really digging it, they're really feeling it, getting into it, it's one of the best feelings in the world ever.
Like when the lights come down on you and like fucking 10,000 people are screaming.
Oh yeah, I know the feeling.
Shit, dude. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's a good way to express yourself too, freely.
Yeah.
Because you can do whatever the hell you want, and it doesn't really matter.
Is it?
No, I like to play in front of people. I like to show off.
That's cool. And my final question for you, it might take some thinking, but why do you make music? Why do you play music? What is it about music that draws you to it?
Because I really like to listen to music, and I really like it when music I play sounds good. And I don't know, I like to play in front of people, and I think it's a cool talent to have.
That's a really that's a really like wide open question, and really the only thing that I know how to say about that is that people, well, actually most people these days, or many I should say, are really interested in the arts, and the reason I'm in music is because I think that music is the most expressive form of art you could ever even try to put. It's more so than poetry, more so than drawing, more so than writing a book, more so than painting a picture, whatever.
Yeah.
You can do anything in music. Anything that you want to be music is music, as long as it's music to you. Like that's what's beautiful about music, and that's why I do it.
Definitely.
So that's it.
I wrote my baby from Vietnam, and this is what I said. I want to see you. You know that I want to see you. Yes, I do now. I want to see